Good evening and welcome to the virtual exploration for all North and South Carolina students, sponsored by the Carolinas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admission Officers, or CACRAO, and StriveScan. We thank you for joining us this evening. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can utilize the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see and hear you. This is just one of many different sessions happening through the CACRAO StriveScan partnership, so we encourage you to take advantage of any and all that interest you via the CACRAO website at cacrao.org. Lastly, a recording of this session will be made available once it has concluded, and this can also be found on CACRAO's website. Once again, cacrao.org. Now, without further ado, I'd like to transfer it over to our panelists so they can begin their session.
Thank you so much. My name is Hannah Fralinger, and I work at the Office of Admissions here at the College of Charleston. So we're going to do about a 45-minute presentation for you guys to give you some information about CofC. I'm going to introduce the two people who will be mostly presenting for today's event. My name is Hannah Fralinger. Like I said, I am an alum of College of Charleston. I graduated in 2016, so not too long ago. I'm originally from New Jersey, and I work as the assistant director for admissions, and I am the North Carolina counselor. And then I'm going to have Elizabeth introduce herself.
Hi everyone, my name is Elizabeth Roberts. Like Hannah, I am an alum of the College of Charleston. And you can see here, I'm also the Associate Director of Admissions, specifically for the Honors College. So I'll be talking in a little bit about CofC Honors and how it's distinct from the regular College of Charleston. I'm an alum of the Honors College specifically as well, although our years as alum are making us further and further removed from the college. So we have a couple of really great students here with us as well to help answer questions and provide some student perspective.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Elizabeth. And we do have that Q&A function. We have two wonderful students with us, and I will introduce them later on, Kelly and Vernon. They're going to be utilizing the Q&A function. So if you have any questions at all, please do not hesitate to ask. And then we'll answer some questions live as well later on at the end of the event. But definitely do not hesitate to utilize that Q&A function, and we will happily answer your questions. But we're going to get started just giving you a good overview of College of Charleston. Before we get to that, I'm going to, for our South Carolina students, we have a plethora of counselors in the state of South Carolina. So very quickly, I just want to show you how we break down this state with our counselors. We break it out by county. So you can kind of find where you're located, and this is your admissions counselor. So definitely their emails are on there, and don't hesitate to reach out to them if you have any questions. And like I said, I'm the North Carolina counselor. So I work with all students in North Carolina, but we do break down South Carolina a little bit. And I will show this slide at the very end as well. So if for anyone who's joining a little bit later, can get their contact information as well. So definitely don't hesitate to reach out to them. But I'm going to start with some quick facts about College of Charleston. If you do not know, we are a public university located in Charleston, South Carolina. So we are right in the heart of Charleston. We are a city school, but don't think of anything too large, like a New York City or a Philadelphia, very small historic city. And the campus is only about a 4x4 block radius. So it is still very compact of a campus, even though you are in a city. I think it kind of gives that private school feel, even though it is a public university. We have nearly 10,000 undergraduate students on our campus. I think it's a good medium-sized school. Definitely does not feel like 10,000 students when you're walking around, which is really great. Like I said, we're only about a 4x4 block radius, so definitely do not have to walk from one end of the city to the next to get from class to class, which is nice. At the bottom left, those are our top 5 majors that we offer on our campus. In a couple of slides, I'll show you all of the majors that we have to offer, but these are our top 5 programs: biology, psychology, business administration, communication, and public health. In addition to those 5, we are also very well known for marine biology and computer science. A lot of students in our area who are interested in College of Charleston will come to us specifically for those 2 programs as well. But we have over 140 majors and minors that you can choose from here at the College of Charleston. So a really good variety for our students. Average class size here at the college is about 23, with a student to faculty ratio of about 16:1. What's nice about College of Charleston is you're not going to see those really large classroom sizes of 200-300 students in these big lecture halls. We really pride ourselves on having that student to faculty interaction, getting to know your professors really well. So we really try to keep our classroom sizes at that 20 to 23 mark throughout a lot of your classes. If you're interested in studying abroad, we have over 85 study abroad programs here at the college. Almost every major will have some type of study abroad component attached to it. You can go abroad for an entire year, a Maymester, which is over the summer, a little bit more of an abbreviated version, or just for a semester, kind of whatever fits your schedule. We have a phenomenal study abroad office, so you'll work with them to find the best fit for you when it comes to studying abroad. We are a NCAA Division I school with sports. Basketball, baseball, soccer are some of our biggest. We're also very well known for sailing. We've been the #1 sailing team the last 6 years. We have 19 varsity sports in total. We also have club and intramural sports as well that you can get involved in that level. And then over 240 clubs and organizations that you can get involved with, more than I could possibly name right now, but they are all on our website. You can go through an entire list and see all that we have to offer. We do have Greek life on our campus, but we're not a go Greek or go home kind of school. We're only about 20% Greek, but we have everything from our Student Government Association, Charleston 40 are the tour guides on our campus. We have a lot of leadership organizations, religious organizations, so there's plenty of things for students to get involved with on our campus. Just a few more fun facts. We've been the #1 city in the US the last few years from travel and leisure. If you like the beach, Charleston is a great place for that. You go either direction of downtown Charleston and you'll hit a beach. If you want to keep with that warmer weather atmosphere, like I said earlier, I'm originally from New Jersey, and so one of the big selling points for me when looking at a college was weather. I wanted to get away from the Northeast cold, and so Charleston is a great place for that. We have a lot of art galleries, great restaurants, shopping, things like that. What I like about College of Charleston is we're not a suitcase school. Students aren't going home every weekend. They want to stay in Charleston and experience all that the campus and the city has to offer. Charleston is also really easy to navigate. Like I said, it's a very manageable city to get around, but you still have that city feel if that's something that you're interested in. Everything is walkable. You're not walking 20, 30 minutes to get everywhere. Everything is very compact. A lot of students will mostly walk to campus and to class. A lot of students will bike as well. We also have public transportation via buses that you can take. They are free for students. And then we have a car share program through Enterprise. If you do need to use a car for any reason, freshmen cannot have cars on campus, but you definitely will not need a car. Like I said, everything is easy to walk around. Ubers, Lyfts are very popular. You'll know people with cars. So you can definitely get through all 4 years without having a car on our campus. So here are all of the majors that we have to offer here at College of Charleston. We do have about 65 minors as well. They're not listed on here, but you can see those on our website. What's nice about College of Charleston is you're not applying to a specific program. Everyone basically comes in undecided, and we give you 2 years to decide what you want to major in. So those first 2 years at College of Charleston, you're taking a lot of general education courses, very similar to high school, maths, history, social sciences, natural sciences, things like that. And we give you some time to kind of really figure out what you want to major in. If you know earlier than those 2 years, you can definitely declare earlier, but we do give you some time to kind of figure out what you want to major in. And you can definitely double major, tack on a couple minors. We want you to explore all of your areas of interest. A few special programs. We do have pre-health professions advising and pre-law advising. So if you're thinking about medical school or law school after you graduate, we do have those advising programs to kind of set you up for success after you graduate to get into medical school, law school, things like that. And then one of our newest programs that I'll highlight is our dual degree nursing program. So this is brand new for us. This is a 5-year program in conjunction with USC Upstate. So it's a 3-2 program. So you would do 3 years with us at College of Charleston, and then you would do 2 years at the Mary Black School of Nursing at USC Upstate. And from those 5 years, you will come out with a BA in biology from College of Charleston and a BSN in nursing from USC Upstate. So that is one of our newest programs that we are working with USC Upstate. Another thing we like to highlight is internship programs here at College of Charleston. Almost every major is going to require or strongly encourage some type of internship program. And these are just a few of the ones that some of our students have participated in. Charleston is definitely a growing city, a lot of opportunities right at your footsteps in Charleston. So you do not have to travel far to get those internship experiences. Boeing, Google, Mercedes-Benz, Volvo, all right in the low country of Charleston. We have a lot of smaller tech startups as well if you're interested in computer science. But if you want to travel somewhere else to get your internship opportunities, you can definitely do so. New York, DC, out west, maybe back home where you're from. You're not limited to those internships. We really want our students to get that out of classroom experience, to get that experience before you graduate and go off to whatever you choose to do after you graduate. So we definitely support you in those opportunities. We do internship fairs every semester, so you can really set you up for success here at the College of Charleston. I'm now going to turn it over to Elizabeth Roberts, and she's going to talk about our wonderful Honors College.
All right, hi everyone. So yeah, let me just talk a little bit about the College of Charleston Honors College. So honors colleges in general are going to be smaller academic programs that really provide a lot of personalized attention and rigor to students who want to make the most of their time in college, but might be going to a larger public institution. And so COC Honors is no different. We absolutely provide lots of opportunities to challenge yourself academically, but a couple things I also will highlight as I'm going through this is that it's also a very collaborative environment. So work hard to make sure that we foster a strong sense of community that isn't incredibly cutthroat or competitive. And we also want to make sure that you as a student are developing sort of as a scholar and a citizen, and so that you're able to recognize the ways that what you're doing academically also have an impact globally and locally and are contributing to you becoming a better global citizen. So let's talk first about the academics. I know this is traditionally what people think of when you think about an honors college. It is a very important part, but not the only part, like I mentioned. So students in the honors college can major and minor in anything. We have students who have found really creative ways to mix and match their interests, maybe going pre-health with a theater major, or adding a dance minor to a math major and an international studies major. Whatever it might be, you can absolutely pursue that major while also being in the honors college. So honors students will end up taking about a quarter of their coursework through the honors curriculum. That means most of your classes are still happening within the regular College of Charleston curriculum, but honors courses are going to be different. They are smaller, they're more discussion-based. They are designed for students in the honors college specifically. So we haven't just taken a regular biology course and added an extra research project to it and said, oh, it's honors. We definitely want to make sure that it's a really meaningful experience for our students. And so those classes are going to be writing and reading intensive for sure, but also interdisciplinary and very hands-on. So they're classes where you might, instead of a final research paper or an exam, actually put together a panel of experts and be responsible for organizing that and bringing folks to campus to educate campus about a certain issue. They are designed to meet multiple requirements. So they will fulfill general education requirements, major and minor requirements. We try to allow students to double dip as much as possible, again, so that honors is nothing extra. And I did mention faculty have to apply to teach in honors. Not only does that make sure that our classes are really unique, it also makes sure that some of the faculty that are teaching them are the best on campus. It's a very flexible curriculum. There's going to be 50 courses at least offered each semester, and so you can sort of pick and choose what makes the most sense for you. Experiential learning is also a really big part of the Honors College. So what this means for us is that students are actively engaged in learning outside of the classroom as well. And so because we feel like this is really important and this is where a lot of that really good learning happens, we do build it into our curriculum. So all of our first year students are required to participate in Honors Engage, which is a service learning project. So in your first year, you're out in the Charleston community, either serving alongside a nonprofit in the area, or delving really deeply into some of the social issues that are really present here in Charleston. Things like affordable housing, democracy and voting rights, transportation. And so that's a great way for you to get to know the Charleston community and again, start thinking about global impact beyond what you're doing in the classroom. And then all of our students in their junior year typically will do Honors Immersed. And this is actually a course that you design, but you can choose whether it's a study abroad experience, an internship, or a research project. And you'll work with your advisor to figure out what's the best fit for you. But in one of the semesters your junior year, we like for our students to be out, again, practicing and putting what they're learning in the classroom and applying it to what they're doing in the real world. And that leads really well into the senior year with your bachelor's essay. And so all of our seniors will do some sort of independent research project. There's a lot of support for you to navigate that, so don't feel like you have to figure it all out on your own. We want to make sure that it's a meaningful experience for you, and this does go a long way in making sure that you're really competitive for graduate programs. If you're going to med school or law school, it looks really good, but it's also, I think, a good project to really culminate and help you put together all the things that you've learned as a student. And so let's talk a little bit about the community now. One of the questions I get asked most often is, what will my experience actually be like as an honors student? I think students are worried about being isolated from the rest of campus, but the Honors College really is just a supplement to what you're doing outside of the Honors College as well. So as an honors student, you're first and foremost still a College of Charleston student. You can be a student athlete, you can study abroad, you can have a part-time job, you can be involved in 7 different clubs and organizations, whatever it is that you want to do as a student, you can also do while being in the Honors College. So we want it to be a really collaborative and supportive environment. And a lot of times we find that students do really well in the Honors College because they have some additional support. And there's a living component as well. So we don't require that students live in our honors dorm, but we do really recommend it for the first year. I think that goes a long way in helping students feel plugged in and connected and really get integrated into campus as well. And then the last piece that I really want to talk about is advising and mentoring. I think that this sets our Honors College apart from a lot of other honors colleges and programs. So all of our honors students are assigned a faculty fellow who will mentor and guide you throughout your 4 years at the college. This would be in addition to any major advisors you have, or if you're pre-health or pre-law, in addition to that advisor. And if you're thinking that sounds like a lot of advice, they're all focused on different things. So your honors advisor is really thinking about, not only what kind of classes you're taking, but also, what sort of professional development opportunities you need, or, they're advocating for you for, oh, I heard about this internship and this is perfect for you. Let's find a way for this to work for you. Can you do it this summer? What are you thinking about after graduation? They're asking all the questions and keeping you on track. And I sort of think of this person as kind of being your person on campus. So when you're having that inevitable first year questioning whether or not you're in the right major or really just need support or someone to talk to, this is a person you can go to who's going to have an open door and be ready and willing to talk to you and help you develop into the scholar citizen that we hope you'll be through the Honors College.
Thank you, Elizabeth. So now we're going to switch gears a little bit and talk about our application process in between myself for the general application, and then Elizabeth will touch on some of the Honors College requirements. So kind of what do you need to submit to be an applicant here at CFC? So there is an online application. There are 2 ways that you can submit an application. One is through our website, cfc.edu/apply, or the Common App. Either one is totally fine. We do not prefer one method over the other, whichever one is the easiest for you to submit. And then you will also need your high school transcript. Our biggest change for this fall is that we have gone test optional. This mainly pertains to our current seniors. This is kind of a 1-year test pilot program. So if you are a junior, sophomore, freshman, we will reevaluate this effort with test optional next year and kind of see if we want to continue it in the coming years. So this is a 1-year test for our current seniors who are applying. So applying test optional does not hurt you in any way in your consideration. It will not hurt you when it comes to the Honors College or merit scholarships, things like that. And so if you do not think SAT or ACT scores are an accurate reflection of your academic potential, then I don't recommend submitting those test scores. And then in addition to test scores, if you choose to submit them, there are also 2 essays on our application. Both of those are optional as well. One of the essays is just one of the topics from the Common App, and the other is a personal statement. They are optional, but I always encourage students to complete one, if not both, of the essays. It's just a great way for us to get to know you a little bit better. If there's something you really want us to know in terms of your application or your transcript, the personal statement is a great place to utilize and explain that a little bit more. And then Elizabeth can kind of talk about the honors requirements.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Honors College application is separate from the regular College of Charleston application, whether you're applying through our online application or through the Common App. Both of those will have a question asking if you're interested in applying to honors. All you need to do is say yes. There's no minimum GPA or test score to be considered for the honors application. But once you've submitted your regular College of Charleston application, you'll get access to that honors application. And in addition to what you're submitting for the college, whether it's any essays or a test or not, but certainly your transcripts, you'll also submit a required essay. We have a specific Honors College essay prompt that we ask you to respond to, and that is already up on our website for those of you who are applying for fall 2021. So if you want to get started on that, you can. We do also require a resume, and so we're looking for the ways that you've gotten engaged in your community, however you define your community. We're looking for leadership, for a willingness to learn and to get excited about interdisciplinary study. And then we also require a letter of recommendation. And so the college doesn't require one, so this would be the only one that you would be submitting for your college application to the college.
Just talk about tuition a little bit. So this is our in-state tuition and stats for our South Carolina residents. This is the middle 50% of students for fall 2020 that were admitted. Again, we are test optional, but these are kind of the ranges that we had for this incoming freshman class. We do super score, so if you're able to take any of the test scores multiple times, we can super score those for you if you would like for your test scores to be considered. And then on your transcript, it's generally about an A/B average. There's no specific number that we're looking for because we know schools weigh, unweighed GPA, so to avoid any of that confusion, we just say about an A/B average on your transcript. And then at the bottom, that is the tuition for our 2020-2021 academic year. And then that is the weighted on-campus room and meal plan is that average. Some of our residence halls are more expensive than others, and so that is about the average. I always recommend to students, if you just Google CFC residence halls, a whole list of them will pop up and you can click through them and see a 3D layout of them. I believe there's some videos on YouTube that you can see. So it's a great way to kind of see what residence hall might be a good fit for you. And then I'm just going to touch on the out-of-state tuition. And our stats, so this was the middle 50% for fall 2020 for our out-of-state students. So for North Carolina students, again, still test optional. And again, with that A/B average on your transcript that we're looking for. And then the tuition is below for the 2020-2021 academic year. And the same weighted room and board and meal plan average is there as well. So with those tuitions, I just want to touch on our merit aid, financial aid process. So just by applying to the College of Charleston, you will be automatically considered for merit scholarship. So there'll be nothing extra that you have to do with that to be considered. Typically in the past, merit scholarship has been strictly based on GPA and test scores. But since we were removing that test score component, we're still working to see kind of what that extra piece is going to be to determine merit scholarships. As soon as we know what that is going to look like, we can definitely let you know. But as of right now, we don't have anything set in stone. With our South Carolina students, you have the South Carolina Education Lottery, Palmetto Fellows, things like that, that you can qualify for. And then our financial aid is always readily available to answer any questions that you might have. We also have departmental scholarships that you'll be able to apply for, even as incoming freshmen. It's great on your application to kind of check off all the majors you might be interested in, because that'll generate some emails and some outreach with different scholarships pertaining to those majors. And those you can apply for. They will usually open up in about November and will close in early January. So another great opportunity for some merit scholarships. And then I'll have Elizabeth talk about the Honors College opportunities.
Yeah, so going back to talking about sort of stats and tuition for the Honors College, I do want to just sort of reiterate that there's no minimum when it comes to GPA or test score when it comes to applying to the Honors College. All you have to indicate is that interest and complete the honors application. But when we are reviewing applicants, you can sort of think about one step ahead of the regular College of Charleston's standards and averages. So we're looking really closely at what classes you've taken, that you've challenged yourself about an A average in some of the most rigorous courses available at your school. And in addition to all those other pieces that I talked about when we're doing our holistic review. And we don't have any additional costs associated with being in the Honors College. So there's no extra fees. In fact, that honors dorm that I mentioned is right in the middle of our room and board average. So you could expect that that cost would be exactly the same as what Hannah just talked about. However, one big difference is that all students admitted to the Honors College are guaranteed to receive one of those merit-based scholarships. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. There are additional scholarship opportunities like those departmental scholarships that Hannah was talking about through the Honors College, but we do guarantee that all students admitted will receive some sort of merit scholarship as well.
So I just want to point out a few, as we're kind of winding down, I do want to point out some of our visit options in this kind of weird time. We do have our virtual visit center. So if you're unable to make it down to Charleston, that is an option for you. They do a really nice walkthrough of our campus. We have live information sessions very similar to this 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We have financial aid sessions that you can be a part of. If you're a transfer student, we have transfer sessions that you can get involved with. So there are some virtual sessions that we offer daily for our students. Take a virtual tour, download a campus map. But I will let you know our campus and our office is open Monday through Friday now, 8:30 to 5. And we are also offering tours in a very limited capacity every day, Monday through Friday. So if you feel comfortable enough to come down and visit, that is definitely an option for you to take a tour with some of our tour guides. But if you do not, again, the virtual options are there for you. And then if you're coming on a weekend, our office is not open, but we do have self-guided walking tour pamphlets available outside our office every day. So you can take one of those. Our campus is open to walk around every day. Just have to wear a mask walking around. So those are some options for you if you would like to come down and see our campus. I always recommend to students who are interested in College of Charleston, if you can get down and visit, it really helps put things in perspective to kind of see the campus and the city and all that it has to offer. And can you see yourself on this campus? So I always recommend, if you're able to come down, I definitely recommend it. And then Elizabeth, did you have any honors options for students?
Yeah, so those are great places to start. The Virtual Visitor Center is going to have a lot of really helpful links. Just to highlight what the Honors College does offer, we are currently, our office is open Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for visits, but we're really encouraging students to take advantage of one of those virtual options. We're doing info sessions every other week. And then we also have the opportunity for you all to schedule a one-on-one meeting, either with myself or one of our student ambassadors. So if you're interested in hearing more about sort of the real experience of our students, you can do that all through our Honors College website.
And then these are our application deadlines. So if you are applying, we do have early decision. That is binding. That is you telling us, I want to come to CFC no matter what. That deadline is coming up. Actually, it is October 15th, and you'll get your decision by December 1st. We do have early action. That deadline is December 1st, and you'll get your decision by February 1st. And our regular notification deadline is February 15th, and you'll get your decision by April 1st. And then I'll have Elizabeth highlight some of the Honors College important deadlines.
Yeah, so that December 1st deadline is really what we like to emphasize. So that is our priority deadline. And what that means for us is that you have the best chance of admission to the Honors College after December 1st. That's really when we're putting together our class. It also guarantees that you're considered for some special opportunities. So we do an interview weekend in February every year where we select students to be part of our Top Scholars program and to receive some of those additional scholarships that I talked about. And so as long as you complete your honors application by December 1, you'll be considered for all of those opportunities. You will get your decision usually a few weeks after your regular College of Charleston decision, just because we don't want your honors decision to in any way impact your regular College of Charleston decision. And then we will continue to accept applications through February 15th as well.
Great. Thank you, Elizabeth. So this is kind of, we're winding down a little bit. I wanted to get to some of the question and answers. Hopefully We've been answering a lot of your questions. I wanted to quickly introduce our two students who are on with us, Kelly and Vernon. They are current students here at the College of Charleston. They are wonderful. So I'll have them introduce themselves really quick, tell them a little about themselves, what they're majoring in, what they're involved with, things like that. So Kelly, did you want to go ahead and start?
Sure. Hi, I'm Kelly Lipshay. I'm from Columbia, South Carolina. I am majoring in economics and international studies and minoring in Russian studies and math. I have been pretty involved with the Student Government Association for the past couple of years, and I am now a Russian tutor, a part of the International Scholars Program and the Global Ambassadors Program. I have studied abroad, done research, lots of great stuff, and I'm very glad to be here at the College of Charleston. I'll be graduating in the spring, and yeah, it's great to meet all of you.
Thanks, Kelly.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Vernon Kennedy Jr. I'm a senior here at the College of Charleston. I'm in the Honors College as well, majoring in biology with a concentration in molecular biology. I'm really happy to be here. So on campus, I'm involved with numerous organizations. I work really closely with the Office of Admissions, primarily through C40 or Charleston 40, that's the tour guide organization, as well as student ambassadors where I serve as the president. Outside of that, I am also a part of SCAMP, which is a 4-year enrichment program for students who are interested in STEM fields. It usually caters to first generation and minority students. Some of my involvements, I've also studied abroad. I went to Scotland to study a little bit of genetics, if you want to hear about that. I participate in gospel choir here on campus, and I also conduct neuroscience research, and I'm actually working on that project with my bachelor's essay right now. So nice to meet everyone.
Thank you, Vernon. I am unable to see the Q&A. Are you guys able to see? Are there any questions that we want to get to that are pretty important? If not, I have some prepared ones that I think Kelly and Vernon would love to answer as well.
Let's go to some of the prepared ones. I think the questions here are kind of specific.
Awesome, thank you. So either Kelly or Vernon, if this has not been answered already, how is the food on our campus or off campus in general?
I personally, so on campus, there are 3 different dining halls, City Bistro, Liberty, and Marty's Place. Marty's Place has vegan and kosher options. Liberty is the largest, and City Bistro is right next to the Honors College Residence Hall, actually. And I personally have really enjoyed all of them during my time here. Liberty breakfast is just the best. Really look forward to that all the time. When we were my last couple years on campus. Right now I'm living off campus. I don't eat on campus as often anymore. I actually don't have a meal plan, but even so have been to City Bistro twice this year, just because I enjoy it. And there are other options that are included with your meal plan. Chick-fil-A, Starbucks that are located on campus are part of the meal plan. There's a food court at the bottom of our student center where you can get sushi, sandwiches, acai bowls, like the whole 9 yards. So yeah, food on campus is actually very, very good for a college campus food. I have never had any complaints. And you're also in Charleston, which is a huge food city, so you will never go hungry. There are lots and lots of affordable options right around campus and a couple of blocks surrounding campus. And if you want more fine dining, that is also like just a very quick walk away. So food, good.
Awesome, thanks, Kelly. When I talk with students and I say that we have a Chick-fil-A on campus, it's usually their eyes get really big and excited. So yes, a lot of great options. How about the next one I have is, do you have to live on campus all 4 years? How's the residence hall's life?
So I can take this. Technically, you don't have to live on campus, but we always tell students that your first year, you do want to get that experience. I say that primarily because all of the residence halls here are nice. We have about 11 to choose from, and they come in different styles, whether you want a suite style apartment or a suite style dorm or an apartment style dorm. Those options are available to you. Again, like I said, it's an excellent community for you to meet students like yourself, as well as build relationships with people who are upperclassmen. So a lot of these dorms will have RAs or resident assistants, and RAs basically, they're responsible for maintaining that learning community. Let's say if you lived in Barry like I did with the Honors College, we had different RAs on the floor with us, and so they were responsible for planning different events throughout the months, throughout the semester to kind of just keep us engaged. But I definitely do recommend, again, you're not required. So a lot of students will move off campus after that first or second year. There are plenty of places downtown to get that are close to campus. A lot of people will rent out their homes, their townhomes for students, making them affordable for you to come and find that historic and charming feeling when you're trying to live near campus, but not necessarily on campus. But I definitely do recommend you do it as a freshman just to get that experience.
Awesome. Thank you, Vernon. How safe do you feel on campus being in a city? Do you think it's a very safe campus to be when you're walking around and things like that?
So I feel very safe on campus personally. As Hannah said a few times, it's a 4x4 block campus. It's pretty small, and the whole thing is very well lit, and we have the emergency button things. And public safety officers are pretty easy to come by just around campus. I mean, it is a city. Always use caution. Go out in groups, but that advice would hold true for any college you go to anywhere. Yeah, overall, very safe on campus. For me personally, I am a 5 foot tall, not actually a whole 5 foot, but I'm a pretty short girl and walk around Charleston very frequently, and it's okay.
Awesome. Thank you, Kelly. Vernon, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I was going to add to that. So one of the really cool features or safety features that we have with our residence halls, many of them you have to swipe your Cougar card in order to get access, and someone is always going to be sitting at the front desk. If it's during business hours, it'll usually be an RA, but after hours, it'll be one of our public safety officers, and you still have to swipe that card to gain access to the building. So just another safety feature there.
Awesome. Thank you. You guys want to touch on a little bit about your personal experience with the Honors College and what it's done for you and what you think it's really beneficial throughout your 4 years?
I love this question. So for me, I'm a pre-med student, or that's how I started at least. So I came into college knowing that I wanted to go into medicine. Wasn't really sure which field of medicine or which specialty I wanted to pursue. But I just knew that I had to go to medical school and check the boxes in order to do that. And so oftentimes you're here, one of those boxes is participating in research. My eyes weren't really set on research when I started at CFC, but I knew it was something that I would have to do. So my sophomore year is when I met my PI and I got a primary investigator, and I got involved with my research project, and I simply just fell in love with it. And if it had not have been for the Honors College forcing me or having me required to participate in that experience, that experiential learning, I would have never known that part of myself. And so as a result of that, I've been able to go to many different conferences. I've won some awards for my research. I've been able to present at different presentations. And it's actually inspired me to the point where I'm wanting to go now and pursue an MD PhD. So I still want to practice that clinical medicine, but I also want to be engaged in medical research. So that's just one of the transformative experiences that I've experienced as a result of the Honors College. And if I honestly wouldn't have joined, I would have never had that push me through the next goal. So very thankful for that.
Awesome.
If I can just jump on that too, I had a pretty similar experience. I came into college with a track in mind that I intended to pursue to the end, and that it was what I was going to do no matter what college I went to. And then when I came to the Honors College, I had multiple mentors and Honors College faculty and staff sit down with me and talk through my ideal life plan. And I had two different things happen. I talked through what I wanted out of life and what I was interested in with enough mentors that I realized what I was interested in was going to lead me down a different path. Like, I came in really interested in foreign service work and wanted to work for the State Department, and similar to Vernon, have realized I have a really strong interest in research and economic development, and the direction that I was going wasn't going to make me happy in the end, but I had so much support from the faculty and my mentors in the Honors College that helped me realize what I really wanted to do. that now I've changed all of my plans, and I don't think that would have happened if I had gone anywhere else. I also have been given so much support in pursuing those new goals as I've discovered them, studying abroad and getting to do new research and just different opportunities that I wouldn't have had anywhere else. It's been really, really incredibly helpful.
Awesome, thank you. And then finally, one last question for you both, a little bit more on a broader sense. Why did you choose to come to College of Charleston? Kelly, if you want to start.
Sure, yes. So kind of what I was just saying. There are lots and lots of opportunities at lots and lots of different colleges. Lots of colleges offer study abroad and research opportunities and, that kind of thing, networking. But the College of Charleston is the place to go if you want to be pushed towards all of those things. Like, the opportunities are always going to be there no matter where you are, but at the College of Charleston, you have so many professors and peers and just support from the community at large to get you involved in those opportunities, to give you access to those kinds of opportunities. I've studied abroad and I've been to 4 different countries in the last 3.5 years. I've worked on multiple different research projects, and I have had the opportunity to network with some really incredible people in my career field, and that is all because I've had so many just professors and friends and mentors at the college who have said, hey, let me help you. Like, we're going to make this happen for you. The people at the college really care about each student as an individual. And that's why I came here, and I have not been disappointed yet.
Awesome. Thank you, Kelly.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I come from a really small town. So I was already used to that homey, like down to earth atmosphere. And I knew that I wanted to continue that in my post-secondary education, but I also knew that I wanted to be challenged in ways that I hadn't experienced before. And one of the things I love about CFC is their liberal arts curriculum and how we're able to basically foster our academic experience here on a personal level. And because of that, I've been able to, again, like I was saying, just soar in so many different areas and really just grow as a scholar, citizen. And one of the things we say here at the College of Charleston is that by the time you leave, you will come to know thyself or know yourself. And I truly believe that that is something that I have experienced. Again, speaking on the curriculum here at CFC, a lot of the College of Charleston's courses really focus on the why, and they bring about that interdisciplinary learning that I think is really important if you want to go out and be a holistic learner and scholar and really make that tangible change you want to see in the world. So for me, it was really just having the opportunity brought to me, but in an environment where I don't feel as if I'm a number on a spreadsheet, but I'm an actual human being who someone wants to talk to and help and propel forward. So I think I've gotten all of that, and like Kelly said, I will trade it for the world.
Thank you both so much. So that's kind of what we have for our question and answer. Before we go, I just want to highlight one last time, contact for any of those who jumped on late. If you are from South Carolina, here are the admissions counselors for South Carolina. If you find your territory, your county, that would be your admissions counselor. So if you have any follow-up questions after this, definitely do not hesitate to reach out. We're here to help you and support you throughout your application process, and hopefully see you on our campus very soon. And then finally, this is myself, Elizabeth Roberts, contact information. And I also added our transfer counselor, Kaylin's contact as well. So if we have any transfer students joining us tonight, she would be your point of contact. But any questions in general about the Honors College, Elizabeth will be your person. And if you are from North Carolina, I will be your counselor, helping you every step of the way. But that is all we have for tonight. Thank you so much for coming. Kelly, Vernon, Elizabeth, thank you so much. Do any of you guys have anything lastly to say before we hop off?
Hope to see you next year. Oh, yeah. Wait, I'll be gone. I hope you're here next year anyway.
All good, Elizabeth?
Yeah, thanks everyone for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you.
All right, thank you for joining us for this session. Once you close your window, there should be a quick 4-question survey that will appear. We encourage you to complete that item. Last, sign up for more sessions at CACRAO.org if you would like to do so. And lastly, a recording will be made available shortly after this meeting has concluded. Take care and have a wonderful evening.